Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our fourth virtual event for Play Streets 2020, which is a St. Paul and Gads Hill collaboration. Today's event is going to be a yoga class, and to my surprise, this was actually the most popular event that people signed up for. All our yoga mats are gone. I think we got one or two yoga mats left. At all the other events, we still had 6, 7 items left, but this one, I mean, people were coming and we need a yoga mat, we need a yoga mat. So Edith was generous enough with her time to actually do the yoga video for us. So Edith, could you just tell us a little bit? I know you're going to talk about it in the video, but just tell us about, a little bit about yoga for people that are not too familiar with it, the benefits of it.
So yoga is more than what you see on Instagram or Facebook or all the cool things you see. It's more about integrating movement with your breath, and I found it to be very useful personally for me. I actually started taking yoga classes because I needed something to help me avoid getting injured before a big sporting event. And what I found was that it was more than just the physical activities and the breathing and the slow movements. I found that the breathing techniques in yoga helped me integrate them into a very stressful life with work, family, any kind of adult responsibilities that we carry. And along the way, I discovered that yoga is really for everyone. And I have had the opportunity to teach to people in wheelchairs. I do teach to seniors, even to kids, and I find a lot of fulfillment in that, and just people showing up on their mat. I find that to be very important.
Yeah, so I think you mentioned that yoga's for everyone. I think that's why it was so popular. That's why we had the most people sign up, because I know the sporting event, virtual event that we just did, I know a lot of people were like, oh, I'm older, I don't really play sports, and so, but yoga is really for everybody, from the little ones to elderly. So yeah, that's a good point that you made. And like I said before, como le dije a ustedes antes, que íbamos a tratar de hacer todos estos videos en español. So Edith, este fin de semana vamos a hacer el video en español de yoga, ¿verdad?
Sí, vamos a filmar un video en español. He notado que mucha de nuestra comunidad necesita la yoga. Yo vengo de familia que ha trabajado en fábricas, en trabajos físicos, y dicen, no, pues yo hago mucho ejercicio, pero eso no es lo equivalente a hacer ejercicio y hacer respiraciones. Y he notado que la yoga les ayuda mucho en recuperar sus cuerpos con el movimiento. Entonces, yo pienso que es muy importante que todos integren más la yoga, y no hay muchas clases de yoga en español, y entonces mucha gente le tiene miedo, le tiene temor, tal vez vergüenza, o tal vez hay el estigma de que la yoga nada más es para las mujeres o para los jovencitos o para los que se pueden tocar los pies. La yoga es muy importante para que lo integres en tu vida también. Mucho estrés, muchas responsabilidades ahorita con la economía como está. Y yo pienso que es aún más importante ahorita integrar eso. Y los invito a que participen a la clase, aunque no sepan nada, no saben ni qué es la yoga, no sabes ni los movimientos, no importa. El chiste es usar el tapete, tal vez uno de los tapetes que ustedes recogieron, y nada más vengan al video. Simple.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously the video is going to stay up after the live goes off, so if you have your mat right now, get it ready, try to follow along. If for whatever reason, obviously it's your first time doing yoga, you might fall behind or whatever, don't worry about it. You can go back later on and watch it at your pace, pause it, or however you want to do it. So hope you guys enjoy the video.
Hi, my name is Edith Rodriguez. I am a Pilsen resident, and I will be leading today's yoga session. We will have our friend Mary here accompanying along the session, so you can see that yoga is for everyone. If you've never practiced yoga before and you've been too afraid to maybe try it because you have these preconceived notions that you need to look some way or you need to be able to touch your feet, I invite you to let go of those notions, really. I think that yoga is for everyone. It's not just my personal belief, it's a lot of people. We've had people in wheelchairs just move their arms and breathe along with the movement. And we've had advanced yogis also attend, and they like it because it also helps them slow down a little bit more. I actually started practicing yoga as a way to avoid getting my very first injury as I was training for my very first Chicago Marathon. And along the way, I learned that yoga helped me handle anxiety and how to bring that practice into my personal life. It's helped me mentally, emotionally, and most definitely physically. I have avoided injuries and have been able to dabble in other sports. So if it's your first time or you don't practice yoga frequently, please let that go and just try to enjoy the session. And if nothing else, focus on your breathing. Let go of any of that self-judgment, because that's not what it is. Yoga is not perfection. It is called a practice for a reason. And it's been around for thousands of years, and it really truly is for everyone. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started on our knees at the back of our mats. Open up your knees wide, big toes to touch. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Walk your hands forward as you hinge your hips. Place your forehead on your mat. If your forehead cannot reach your mat, stack your forearms to bring the ground closer to you. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Deep breath in. Let it go. From this point forward, close your lips. Every time you exhale through your nose. If you have your forearms stacked, reach your arms forward and press yourself up to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Drop your belly. Inhale, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Round your spine, draw your belly button up and in. Inhale, cow, shoulders back, look forward. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Neutral tabletop. So tuck your toes under, walk your hands back to your knees, and try to sit back on your heels. This is called broken toe pose. I promise this does not break your toes. It actually helps improve the range of motion in your feet. It can get very intense, so you can always place a pillow or a bolster under your hips. So if you're a runner or you're constantly on your feet or wearing heels, this is really good for you long term. It can get very uncomfortable. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Plant your hands. Untuck your toes. And very gently tap out that sensation that has built up. Set back up into your tabletop. Thread your needle. Reach your right arm up to the sky. And then reach under your left armpit. Lower your shoulder all the way down. Relax your right arm into the ground and reach your left arm forward. Spinal twists are really good for your digestion. You may notice that your breath may be shortening here, but that's okay. This is why you have that breath. You work through it. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw your left hand in. Push yourself up. Reach your right arm up and meet back in tabletop. Thread your needle, other side. Reach your left arm up and reach under your right armpit. Lower your shoulder all the way down. Reach your right arm forward. Let your upper body be relaxed and heavy here. Exhale, draw your right hand in, push yourself up, reach your left arm up and meet back in tabletop. Your hands, fan out your fingers and press them back down in your mat. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Press down on your thumb and your forefinger to avoid any pressure on your wrists. Now, you want to draw your heels as close as possible to your mat, and this is not accessible to everyone, so slightly bend your knees, and that should help you a little bit more. Like I said in the beginning, focus not on perfection, but that you're practicing. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Deep breath in. As you exhale, start walking your hands back to your feet. Ragdoll. Heel toe your feet to about hips width distance apart. Bend your knees generously and let your torso hang heavy. And reach for your elbows. Think of your torso swaying from side to side like a pendulum. Release your arms and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head be last. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Roll them down your back. Shoulders up to your ears. Roll them forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms facing each other. And exhale, cactus out your arms. Lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus out your arms. Reach up. Swan dive, fold. Let me step back here. Halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, or if that's not accessible, you can always bring them to your knees. What you're doing here is pressing your hips back. You're drawing your belly button up and in, and extending the top of your head, or we call it the crown, forward. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Fold. Inhale, reach up, hands up. Exhale, fold. So you have an option here, you can stay here, Mary. You have an option here of reaching up, oops, and swan diving and folding, or you can reach up and fold forward. If your hands cannot reach the ground quite yet, bend your knees or reach your ankles or your shins. Know that wherever you are, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So let's go, try that again, Mary. Fold all the way down if possible. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Walk out to a high plank. Shift forward. Drop your knees. Untuck your toes. Lower all the way down to your mat. Keep your hands by your rib cage. Your gaze slightly forward. Inhale, cobra. Little to no weight on your hands. Exhale, lower. Cobra. Lower. Tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg back. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. Draw your heel close to your glutes. And just hold here. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed on both arms. The inclination is to lean over to your left side. Kick your leg back. Bring your knee to your nose. Step through. If it takes a while, just heel toe your feet forward. Bring your hands on either side. Low lunge. Easy twist. Reach your right arm up. Take a deep breath in. Low lunge. Inhale, give your chest a slight up dog. Exhale, step to the front of your mat, fold. Halfway lift, fold. Let me center myself here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Plant your hands on your mat, step back to your high plank. Shift forward, drop your knees, low plank. Up dog, down dog. Now in your up dog, you have the option of keeping your hips on your mat, but you can always lift your hips off the mat too. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Reach your right leg back, bend your knees, stack your hips. Draw your heel as close to your glutes as possible and try to keep your weight evenly distributed. Kick your leg back, low lunge. Easy twist. Take a deep breath in, low lunge. Inhale, up dog your chest. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, fold. Inhale, reach up with a little bit of a back bend. Now, if you have back problems, just reach up. If you're feeling extra bendy, reach up and back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Shift forward, drop your knees, low plank. Up dog, down dog. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Inhale, exhale, walk to the front of your mat, fold. Halfway lift, fold. Reach up, swan dive, fold. We're gonna do this one more time. Halfway lift, fold. Reach up, fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Low plank. Up dog, down dog. So stay here in your down dog, Mary. So when you go from high plank to low plank, try to keep your elbows by your side body when you go down. You always have the option of dropping your knees to your mat, or if you're a superhuman, no, it doesn't matter really. Whatever capacity, do your own version of high plank to low plank. Remember to remove that self-judgment. It takes a long time. It's not easy to go from high plank to low plank for a lot of people, and that's okay. Let's meet back in down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat, fold. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose. Big toes to touch, separate your heels like they're little pizza slices. And then reach your arms up in a little bit of a V. Now in chair pose, think that you're sitting on a chair. So you're not sticking your tailbone out, you're dropping it. Take a deep breath in. Awkward chair, open up to the right. So in a T. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back to chair in the front. Deep breath in. Awkward chair to the left. Inhale, back to center. fold. Plant your hands, step your right leg back, warrior one. In your warrior, try to bend your front knee so that it is stacked over your heel. Your back heel, drop it to your mat, even if you have to bring it in a little bit more, and bring your toes out to the side. Reach up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Open up. Rotate your chest to the side. Engage your core. Flip your palm up, reverse. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Bend your front knee. Step back to a high plank and a down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Rise to warrior one. Warrior two. Rotate your chest to the left. Check your arms. Make sure that they're at shoulder height. And look at your front knee. The wind is gonna maybe take Mary away here. But she's handling it with grace. And thank you, Donna. Look down at your knee. Make sure that your knee is aligned with your second toe. So with that alignment, it helps guide you because we are very inclined to bring our knee in warrior two, but if you align it with that toe, you're in much better alignment for your spine. Flip your palm up, reverse. Exhale, low lunge. Step back to a high plank. Down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. So bring your toes, big toes to touch. Separate your heels. Divers. Reach your arms back, lift your heels. Chair, lower your heels, reach your arms up. Divers. Heel. Divers. Chair. And fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Drop your knees, low plank. Up dog, down dog. Reach your right leg back, knee to nose. Reach it back, warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse. Extended side angle. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Reach your left arm up and over. In extended side angle, the power is in your legs. You're not dumping all your weight on your thigh. Now, I also teach senior yoga, so I have to make modifications because this can be a very intense pose. So you can just place your forearm on your thigh and place your left hand on your waist. And you control the intensity of it. You can lean in a little bit more so it's a little bit harder on your legs, or you can just lean. The point here is to rotate your navel toward the side. So let's reach up and over. If you need more intensity, reach your right arm to the front of your mat like you're carrying a tray of drinks. This works your obliques a little bit more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Come down to your low lunge, step back. Drop your knees, low plank, up dog, down dog. Reach your left leg back, knee to nose. Reach it back, Warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse. Flip your palm up and reverse. You're good, Mary. Extended side angle, forearm to your thigh, or you can bring it on the inside of your leg, but be sure to keep your knee bent. Now, if you have a block, you can always place it on the outside of your foot for support. Inhale, reverse, lean your body back. Exhale, chaturanga. Low lunge, high plank, shift forward, low plank. Up dog, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Let it go. Mary, come down to your knees, and we're going to turn toward the front now. Your feet won't be touching the bricks from a whole lot. Malasana, garland pose. So bring your feet very wide on your mat and lower your hips between your thighs. Meet with your hands at heart center. You can always place your hands on the ground or place your hips under a block. We hold a lot of stress and emotions in our hips, so these kind of poses are really good long term. Some people do get emotional, and there's no shame in that. We're taught to be tough and always hold our emotions in. And hip openers help us release that. Plant your hands on the mat, slowly lift up your hips, and shake it out. Heel toe your feet together. Use your peace sign fingers to hook them around your big toes. Lift halfway. And then pull yourself down while you extend your elbows out. This will create a nice hamstring stretch for you, maybe on your lower back, maybe on your glutes. Fingers, heel toe your feet together. If this was a little intense, shake out your legs. Either reach the mat or your ankles. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. And now, our very famous yoga balance pose is tree pose. So everybody thinks they have to look a certain way with tree pose. And I admit that I became a yoga teacher with a lot of trepidation. I had a brain surgery when I was a kid, so I had to learn how to walk again. And I have an impairment on my left side, so balance poses are very difficult for me, but I work on them all the time. Some days they click, other days they don't. I'm also a marathoner, so when I do long runs, balance poses are just not in the works for me, and that's okay. So for tree pose here, come to hands at heart center. Start shifting your weight toward your left foot. Now, bring your knee out, and you can balance the bottom of your right foot on the side of your leg, or you can kickstand if balance is not in your practice. Grow your branches in your tree. Grow your leaves, which are your fingers. And it's a windy day here, so maybe sway with the wind. If you need an additional challenge, maybe look up. Maybe close your eyes. That's the beauty about your yoga practice. You can make it yours. You're not bending your body to conform to the poses. You're conforming those poses to work for you. Hands back to heart center. Knee forward. Lower your legs. Shake it out. Nice job, Mary. How did that feel? Good. All right, we're gonna do the other side in tree. Bring your hands to heart center. Start shifting your weight to your other leg. Bring the bottom of your left foot, your right foot, on the inside of your left leg. And as you can see, not everyone can open, here, I lost my balance already. Not everybody can open their knee wide out. And there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. Our hips are very unique. Our hip joints are very unique, and our flexibility is different. It doesn't make you better or worse in any way. Focus on a non-moving point ahead of you. Grow your branches. Grow your leaves. Sway from side to side. Find a new way to challenge yourself in your balance pose. One precaution to take with tree is to make sure that your foot is above or below your knee to protect your knees. Hands to heart center, knee forward, lower it down, shake it out. All right, so one of my favorite parts of ending our balance poses is that we step to the front of your mat. We come to chair pose, power chair. You lean forward, align your arms with your ears. Close your eyes and think that you're a little kid rolling back on a cloud and meet in boat pose. So just roll back without help and boat. And we will lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, Mary, so we're gonna Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and your knees out wide. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees together, bottoms of your feet on your mat. Keep your hands on either side of your body. Bring your heels as close to your glutes as possible. Bridge pose. Lift your hips up toward the sky. Maybe clasp your hands under your body. Lift your heels and walk them closer to your glutes, and then lower your heels. This will help you lift a little bit more. Release your hands and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let your hips be last. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side. Next time your knees come to the left, drop them to the left. Cactus out your arms and look over your right shoulder. Back up toward the sky and drop them to the other side. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your knees back toward the sky. Hug your knees in, happy baby. Grab the bottoms of your feet and kick into your hands. Maybe straighten one leg, straighten the other. Release your feet, hug them into your knees into your chest. Roll up into a tight, tight, tight little ball. Kiss your knees in gratitude. Arms behind you for a nice juicy stretch. Feel your entire front side elongate. Point your toes forward and roll over to any side in a fetal position. Keep your eyes closed and push yourself up to a seated position. Cross your legs in front of you. And meet with your hands at heart center. We'll close our practice with one deep cleansing breath. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye or your forehead. With much love, friendship, and community, thank you so much for joining us for this session. Namaste. Thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, please reach out to St. Paul. I was very happy to lead. And please thank Mary for joining us, making it look easy, right? Thank you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to thank Edith again for providing her time to do it for us. If you guys have any questions about yoga or about any of the poses, I know somebody in the comment asked, is there any more sessions? So unfortunately right now, because of the pandemic, we can't do anything in person. That's why we're doing everything virtually right now. But in the future, once we go back to normal one day, we definitely something that we've talked about here. But if you have any questions in particular about any of the poses, feel free to reach out to us. I know Edith is like a yoga encyclopedia, so she'll be glad to break everything down for us. And I checked right now while the video was on. We do have 2 yoga mats left. So if you guys are interested, I know somebody asked if we have some left. We have 2 yoga mats. So you can just call the church and set up a time to come pick them up. That's what we bought them for. We bought them for the community. So muchas gracias a toda la gente que participó ahora con el video. Y si tienen preguntas de la yoga, contáctenos y nosotros tenemos aquí a Edith que nos puede contestar cualquier pregunta que ustedes tengan. So yeah, thank you again, Edith, for providing your time, and appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. If today was your first time showing up on your mat, congratulations. Remember that it is called a practice, not perfection. As I've said before, try to strip away any notions of a certain way you're supposed to look. Gracias por participar y si tienen preguntas, claro, contacten a la iglesia, contact the church, and they'll extend it to me, o se comunican conmigo. Vamos a tal vez ofrecer una clase en español.
So el sábado vamos a filmar la clase en español para ponerla en el futuro, en las próximas semanas. Y para la gente, ya sé que vinieron a agarrar los tapetes, pero que es gente que quería el video en español, van a tener ya su tapete. No vamos a dar tapetes otra vez, por eso le pedimos que vinieran a agarrar sus tapetes ahorita, aunque nomás querían ver el video en español, para que cuando pongamos el video en español ya tengan su tapete. So muchas gracias, y thank you everybody for joining us, and you guys have a good night.
Good night, buenas noches.